Back here at home, nearly 400,000 Arizona children as young as 6 months are now eligible for the vaccine to fight COVID-19.
Starting tomorrow, those vaccine shots will be available across the valley. Alexis Dominguez spoke with a local doctor who explains why getting your kids vaccinated is especially important right now. Alexis?
Michael, Emma, the Arizona Department of Health Services reported more than 16,000 new COVID-19 cases just this week. But those numbers could be off. So doctors say using at-home testing kits is a good thing, but reporting you're positive is also extremely important.
We are in the middle of a surge, but we don't really know to what extent because we don't have the data.
Dr. Thomas Grist tested a number of at-home COVID testing kits for accuracy early on in the pandemic. But now, months later, he says these kinds of tests have been a blessing and a curse.
If people aren't reporting their positives, then we're blind to all of the positives that are occurring at home.
Dr. Andrew Carroll is a physician in Chandler who says he's been busier this month compared to the beginning of the year. He says the CDC's approval of vaccines in kids under 5 years old comes at a good time and expects to have the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines available as soon as Monday morning.
The chemicals, the formulas that we give to children is exactly the same. It's just a very much smaller quantity.
Now that kids will be returning to school in August, his advice is to get them vaccinated now.
We want kids to be able to participate in the things that kids do, birthday parties, preschool, all of those things. And doing that safely, especially when we know that children tend not to leave their masks on. The next best thing we can do for them is to get them immunized.
The Arizona Department of Health Services says about 205,000 kids ages 5 to 11 have already gotten at least one dose of the Pfizer vaccine since November. To put it into perspective, that's about a third of kids in that group, and it's similar to uptake nationally.
I know that families have been waiting a long time for their small children to get vaccinated.
With COVID-19 on the rise, doctors say getting vaccinated and getting tested continues to be important. And Dr. Grist says if you're planning on using an at-home COVID test, one thing to always consider is the expiration date, especially for those who received tests from the government back when they were first released in January.
If you are using this to make sure that you feel better about visiting a grandparent or someone who had a transplant and is negative, you want to make sure that negative is truly negative. And if it's not giving you the right answer, you might be putting yourself or someone else at risk.
And the Arizona Department of Health Services Vaccine Finder will be updated to include where to find vaccinations for children as young as 6 months. They also advise parents to check in with their healthcare providers to begin making those appointments. Reporting live from the newsroom, Alexis Dominguez for Arizona's Family.